That's a nice one. Mm-hmm. Put the Vesper in again. No?
Yeah.
But a different.
The purple one.
No,
We're live. It looks like we're live. Cool, dude.
Are we exclusive live? And
We're exclusive live. It's 5:55. Actually, it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
We're 5 minutes late. And here's the news. There's going to be plenty of news in the next few days. Here's the weather. There's going to be plenty of weather in the next few days. Here's a fog warning. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Balcony Banter on this Wednesday, January the 27th.
It is.
My golly gosh, 2021. We're in the 21st century. We're in the second decade of the 21st century, ladies and gentlemen. I've got my new glasses on. I hope you like them. They're the same as the old glasses, but they're red instead of green.
And missing and without the tape.
And they're without the taste.
Tape.
Oh, sorry, without the tape. I thought you'd got the.
Would I ever
I've got
say
tasteless glasses. So I got me back to Clio today, but she's next to me, so I can give her a nudge.
Within 2 meter distance.
Within
please.
2 meter distance, we're 2 meters away.
Please maintain yourself.
Julie and Christina are over the other side, but if we're pointing like that, it works, doesn't it? Can you point to us? That works.
There you go.
That works. So, and the thing is, we are getting some comments, but I can't read them because my new glasses are only for distance, and I know you're distant, but I can't see the thing. So what I'm going to do, we're not going to do. I'll turn this off. We're not going to do music today until right at the end, and so I'm going to use this as my comments thingy-marooge, as they say, a thingy-marooge. You understand that? I'm a thingy-marooge.
It's a new word.
It is a new word. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to.
It's what?
It's the lid of my deodorant.
It's the lid of your deodorant, isn't it? The thingy-marooge.
A thingy-marooge. Right.
Thingy-marooge.
So,
Okay, so we'll just go into.
Comment off the lid of Christine's deodorant.
So we're going in with this one. I probably need something for this as well. Julie, could you do me a favour? There's a pair of white earphones with a 3/4 inch jack on the table, on the left at the back. Not the one with the other one. Oh, it doesn't matter. Either one.
There's a lot of cables out there, Tim.
Just the white one. There we go. Thank you, ma'am. That's all I need. Thank you, ma'am. Because this will.
Do you have a special room for your gadgets, Tim?
I do have a special room for my gadgets.
Oh,
and his Tim moves.
Oh, so ladies and gentlemen, before we start, I'm gonna throw the. Okay, before I start reading comments, calm down, calmity, and have a drink.
Yes.
Prost, everybody.
Prost,
everybody.
Sláinte.
Gotta get the proper one.
Sláinte.
Right.
Cheers.
Can I raise a glass to my cousin who has unfortunately just passed away about an hour ago?
He or her?
Her, she. And to everyone else who has suffered in the last weeks and months.
What's her name?
Rachel.
And raising a glass for Rachel. Who...
No surnames because.
No surnames, no.
People haven't been told yet, so.
Okie dokie. So we're nearly there. So the topic today, Christina came up with it actually, and she came up with the topic of tolerance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that they have got their microphones up and on. So, Christina, can I have a sound check from you, please?
1, 2, 3.
Perfect. And from Julie?
4, 5, 6.
Very good. ASMR. And from Clio?
10, 9, 8.
Oh, I've turned her off. No, go again.
10, 9, 8,
Exactly. 7. Perfect. So let us know if we're too loud or too quiet.
Or too boring.
No, we're not boring. We're never boring. No. That's the good thing. And tolerance is the topic today. And, I just banged the table. We shouldn't bang the table because that goes straight through all the microphones. I shouldn't. I apologize. So I still can't. Somebody said there's a lovely donation there, but I can't see who it is. But I'm going to press it right now. It is Andrew Horseman. Thank you so much. You are our regular donator there, and it really does help run the channel. So thank you very, very much, Andrew, for that. If anybody wants to join Andrew and support the channel, you can either do it here with the little $sign, or you can do it anonymously on the website timothydown.com support, how to support us. So, tolerance. Why did you pick tolerance?
I don't know really. I think because you have to be really tolerant with me at times.
Wow,
Oh.
Well, that's a compliment.
that is a compliment, but I
Yeah.
never actually thought of it like that. I thought we were talking about, migrants, being tolerant of migrants. And,
Yeah, that as well, of course.
no, I didn't even
big
bring me
thing.
into the thing. I'm touched.
That's how I brought it up.
And what makes you think I tolerate you? I love you.
Yeah, sometimes.
I love you. It's what it's all about.
Better for
And it
even
starts
better
in
than
your
better.
home.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer. Yeah. In
But
sickness and
not
health.
for lunch.
No, not for lunch. That was Princess Anne. A quote from Princess Anne.
But not for lunch.
Yeah,
is
she
it?
says,
Oh,
I said I'd marry you for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse, but not for lunch.
I love it. I love it.
Princess Anne, that was.
That's why she was tolerated by the rest of the royal family, I reckon.
Exactly.
Because she was the smartest cookie there.
I think so. Well, if you can believe the dramatization, yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
So, Christina, whilst I diddle around with this again, what I'd like you to do is just to have a discuss with our friends here about the topic of tolerance.
So what is so tolerant about Tim? In, like, what kind of situations, especially? Yeah, sometimes he freaks up. That's not tolerant, but a lot of times he keeps quiet and leaves me alone. And has he gotten better over the years? Has he improved? Yeah, a lot.
And I'm sure you have to be tolerant of him too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I mean, yeah. Probably, like when he was more the freak out, you obviously were also quite tolerant then in those moments. Okay, never saw it that way.
See, we're tolerant of each other.
Yeah,
Well, that's important.
That is the secret of good marriage.
Yeah.
Tolerate each other.
Well, I think it probably is actually.
Yeah.
And also that things happen over a long period. It's not just about being, I'll tolerate you today. It's weeks and months and years, isn't it?
It is. It is.
That it's a big picture.
And tolerating that, that people actually change, right? Because I mean, he is obviously not the same, like as
Gorgeous
20
lederhosen wearing Timmy baby.
as 20 years ago, and you are not the same. You're not.
I'm actually going to take these off until somebody comes in, but somebody's just arrived. Oh, it's me.
He's a techno whiz.
I'm on the thing now.
All right.
So this will give me access, I hope, to the. Oh, I've got to let myself in. There we go. Let myself in. Add to cam. But I didn't add the camera because you don't want a close up of me, do you? You're in the show, it says, and it's going to chat. Everyone can hear me, it says, but the mic's muted.
Oh.
Private chat comments. Here we go.
Our mics are muted or not? No.
Your mics are not muted, but this one is this iPad Mini. So I'm going to take my glasses off because I can't read and with my glasses on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So come on, tolerance.
Okay.
Tolerance. Would you say that tolerance is the same as acceptance?
No. Well, I was more thinking about tolerance versus ignorance.
Okay.
When you set me the topic, because I was thinking about it in relation to what's going on at the moment and how it's like with, say, the Trump presidency in the United States and now the COVID pandemic seems to have divided loads of people very much into two camps. Those who don't believe that it's a serious disease, don't believe in wearing masks, and don't believe in vaccines, for instance. And the people who do believe it's serious, do believe in wearing masks, do believe in vaccines. And I notice a lot of intolerance by both groups for each other.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, how far down the path of tolerance do you have to go before ignorance actually makes you intolerant? So I hope I'm tolerant of other people's views. But if somebody is giving me a view that is so not based on information and they can't even use their own information sources, am I allowed to become intolerant? So, and I don't know the answer to that.
I think the answer is no.
I'm not allowed to become intolerant.
I think that you're not allowed to become intolerant, but you are allowed to tell somebody how you feel about what they do.
Okay.
Which does not mean that you're not tolerant, but you're taking it to a positive side where you can say, when you do that, it makes me feel so, but you can't force them to be different.
No, but is it intolerant of me to say, I really don't think that your information is based on fact?
No, that's the difference between tolerance and no. Intolerance means to me, I'll talk to you guys as well. Intolerance to me means that you only have your own view and you're very vehement of your own view and no other view counts.
So like bigotry.
Anything which is intolerant means that you have no other view other than your own.
Nor are you willing to listen.
Nor are you willing to listen,
all right,
correct.
Okay.
So,
and tolerance, if for me, is there is a span of things. There's a span of things to a level where I say, I will accept you as you are without question until you cross these tolerance levels, these lines. And when you cross the line, I react by telling you you've crossed the line in a nice way and telling you how I feel when you've crossed that line.
So it's quite individual, actually.
Subjective.
And towards your own standard of morale.
Correct.
Probably.
Correct. I mean, there are tolerance levels in science.
Yeah.
You know, where there is a tolerance for something, and it is a, you know, when you sort of say something like, oh, it's plus or minus 5. Yeah, those are the tolerance levels.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But when you're talking about emotions and people, it's a subjective tolerance, and that's why you have to, if you're intolerant, it means you don't have any tolerance levels at all, or you have so quick tolerance levels that they're not measurable. But I think that if you can measure, you can talk to people, look them in the eye, listen to their point of view, accept that they think that, whether you do or not, and up to a point, you can accept that there may be people in the world that think like that, and not to say that you're right and they're wrong, but that it's your bubble basically. They've come to that bubble, and when they pass a certain tolerance level for you, then you need to tell them that they've passed it. But you shouldn't. Well, okay, I don't say you shouldn't, because that's what you can
your
do.
Channel, you can say it.
Yeah, I can say Don't be an arse.
That's putting it aside.
The thing is, I can swear in English, you see, because it's all Americans. You know, it's the American automatic AI.
Swear.
So they'll catch it if I swear in American.
We have to say arse.
Arse. You can say arse. Oh no, you can't, because Google's in Ireland, isn't it? Arse.
Yeah, it's based in Dublin, so you'd be screwed.
Why I brought up the question tolerance or acceptance, because I feel that tolerance is sometimes you can view it also as a bit of like negative, more like well, I tolerate you. You know, or I tolerate a certain situation or a certain belief, or putting up with a certain thing that you are not really, or you your own self are not really approving of. So so that's why when you accept something, it's more sort of saying, yes, I approve to it. I make it my own, or I don't. You know, and then there comes in my belief mindset where I truly believe the situation going on currently right now in the world. It's important to keep an open mind for things, for situations, for people, for all sorts of problems that we face. But then we are ultimately able to say, well, I do accept it, and I do make it my own, and I identify with it, or I don't. But then when I don't, I can actually still be tolerant of the situation. If it's not against morally completely wrong,
Yeah,
you know.
See, and there's also a line.
Of course it is. I mean,
because different cultures have different moral standards.
They do.
You know, I mean, like female genital mutilation, for instance.
We'll keep that then really, really light by going straight to female genital mutilation.
Yeah. It's just, I remember having this argument I was studying in the States for a year and got into such a state that I think the professor got furious with me.
You can
imagine, yeah. But he was talking about, you know, that we have to be culturally open to all cultures. And I stood up and said, so you're saying we have to approve of everything that another culture does because it's their culture. But there comes a point where we have to say no.
Yeah.
I mean, so female genital mutilation, for instance, it's pretty much outlawed in most countries now, but until very recently, was considered part of a culture. I mean, in Ireland, for instance, a couple of weeks ago, there was a report came out into mother and baby homes. And up until the late 70s in Ireland and in Northern Ireland, unmarried girls who got pregnant were, I have to take this call?
We did know this. There has been a bereavement in Cleo's family, so she has to take this call.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, Cleo's right. There are different tolerances in different cultures. In the culture that we're in, most of our viewers are in, or most of our friends online here. The tolerance, I think, is to do with stupidity sometimes, or with big issues. But sometimes it's just the tolerance of your partner, as Christina was saying, or maybe tolerance of a situation. And how do you do it? And I mean, look at me. I have a calm face right now. I have a real calm face because I'm tolerant of the fact that this little iPad mini here doesn't have the capacity to go into StreamYard and read the comments.
But
I've been trying for 15 minutes.
But then let's break it down. Okay. So now we don't need big topics, but it starts with your own self and in your own little four corners, your own little four walls, actually at home. So when you two are intolerant of something or have been in the past, it's about something you didn't know. You didn't know how Christine felt in that moment, or she didn't know what was upsetting you. Right now you didn't know why your gadget didn't work, and it's ignorance, basically, isn't it?
But so now I have an idea. I can go onto YouTube and look at it. Stupid.
And so then stupid. You go to YouTube and then you gain some knowledge how to do it. This is how you do it.
The thing is, what I can't do is do that and put a comment up. If you have tolerance, you can let mistakes. If in life, I can get closer now. If in life, instead of shouting at them, yep, you can. That's Lee. Sorry, I'm clicking here. I do apologize. So we're okay now. Jill's on. Hi, Jill. I don't know what to say to you, Elaine Brown. Only get COVID. Please don't drink a bottle. That is probably a message that I missed. Okay. You're not fighting in the comments, are you, girls? You shouldn't say girls anymore, should you?
Be tolerant.
Intolerance is when you cannot see the point of view of Trump supporters. In my mind, they must be out of their tiny minds. Well, no, I mean Jill, just to see that question, and for Juliane and for Christina, they were brought up both in Germany, but in two totally different regimes. Yeah, I mean, Christina was in the West, and you were brought up. Can I say this?
Yes, sure.
And Juliane was brought up in the East. So East German and the West German, they're totally different cultures at the beginning, till 1989. Then David Hasselhoff saved us all.
Looking for freedom.
If
Also, scorpions. Also.
Yeah, well, the scorpions saved us, but David Hasselhoff took the credit.
Okay.
Yeah. The Winds Have Changed by the Scorpions was the real anthem of the thing, but David Hasselhoff had more views at the time.
So don't mess with the heart.
Don't mess with the heart. Okay, what was I saying? What was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying.
We were brought up in different regimes, and that there are different cultures.
Yeah, they are different cultures, and the thing is, but both of them have cannot understand why the Germans, if you like, the old Germans followed the Nazis. That's So you must have had some tolerance level, not you personally, but there must have been just in the day that followed the Nazis. I don't know that's what we don't understand, right? So therefore, with the Trump supporters, I'm not saying Trump supporters are Nazis, by the way, but what I'm saying, in a political movement, there are people that actually jump on that bandwagon and go with the hoo-ha instead of looking maybe into the dark parts of it, and that could be the problem, Jill. So I'm glad I got back to that. Gordon's quite hi, Gordon. Thank you very much for joining us. If you can go through what Victor Meldrew did and still survive, that's some tolerance.
Don't really know.
I am showing my ignorance now. I don't know who Victor Meldrew is.
There was a character in some kind of television program, but I never watched it.
No, Victor Frank.
Hi, Bud. Hope all okay from up the road from you in Swinton. Oh, hi, Bud. Saying hi to Bud, who's up the road in Swinton. Cool dude. Cool dude. Gordon saying Victor Meldrew rules. Reads don't believe it. Oh, it's because I was not reading the comments. They're chatting amongst themselves. But I love that. I do love that. Gordon, Gordon, I've called you out last week, but I'm totally wrong. I really love it when you guys have a discussion in the comments. In fact, I watch a guy that does Spain Speaks. You know, Stuart from Spain Speaks. If you're not following him, follow he's in Madrid, in Australia, in Madrid. Yeah?
Okay. I know he's in Madrid.
And he does a daily vlog on the local stuff and also the whole of Spain. I mean, he says something, he never mentions us.
Ignorant. Are we tolerant of his ignorance?
We're all tolerant of him. He's Australian. He's Australian. He's okay. In fact, we have a viewer from the Azores now.
Ooh.
So,
well.
There's some sunset. Look at this sunset's going to be.
The sunset's going to be great, but I can't get it on my camera because it's way too bright. I'm going to wait until it's just about to go down, and Clio is going to rush from 2 meters away and poke me in the back with a stick and say, "Grab it now." Then I'll grab this camera and I'll show you the thing.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going up to the new comments now. All the old comments now. I apologize if you've asked some really poignant question or if you've had a fantastic contribution there. We will read them later. If you want us to answer it again, can you just write it again? Is that okay? Is that okay? Please tolerate me, my ignorance. And, people were saying, I can't remember who said it, but somebody said it wouldn't be Tim's channel if there wasn't a Faulty Towers moment at the beginning. Okay.
We have to change the name every time, though. So it's Balcony Backner then, is it?
Okay. Somebody's saying that my sound is distorted. That means I'm peaking.
Find calm in the chaos.
We're tolerant
of the thing. I'm screaming.
It's funny what you were saying. Everybody, this might happen. There's a negative and a positive side to tolerance. So tolerance can be negative in that you come up with something until such time as you don't have to anymore.
It often has this connotation.
And I'm thinking of it more as tolerance in that I am open to moving ahead and accepting what you're saying to me. And it's interesting that it has both those ways, both those meanings in a sense, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like when parents say, you are tolerated in this house, then it comes out quite well.
Yes,
that connotation.
Right, because you're saying, I won't put up with this nonsense anymore. And then what, you want me to leave? You go, no. Please, never leave. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And it can be flipped against you then, obviously.
Yeah, it can.
So are you saying that you don't like me? Are you saying that you don't agree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a concept. Good choice, Chris.
Yes.
So is your tolerance of Tim negative or positive?
It's positive. Always positive. Always.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Otherwise, you don't get fed.
Yeah.
Fed.
Well, the smell...
I've got to check the food. Oh, no, I've turned it off. Don't worry. I've turned the food off.
We do get fed for being here, guys.
What we're having? Do you have to rush away today?
Yes, I do. Sorry. They get fed for being
because
here.
he only made food for free.
Actually, I made food for 12 because it's divisible by 3 and 4.
There we go.
That's very mathematical.
We don't know how much we eat.
It's very illegal, Mason, of you.
Well,
No, sorry, you're eating for 4, not 2.
Exactly.
There's 6 kniddles.
6 kniddles.
6 kniddles. That means I could either do 2 each,
or 1.5,
or 1.5 each.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 3 slices of leberkas.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I didn't know there was leberkas.
Neither did I until I looked at the amount of mushrooms I've got. And so there's 3 slices of leberkas, and you can cut each slice into 4.
Yeah.
And then have
3 slices each, or 4, depending.
3 or 4.
Yeah. I'll just go. It'll make it easier, okay? I will just leave afterwards.
Marianne is saying, "Hi, Christine. My nephew stays in Fell, Trier. Do you know it? Fell in Trier?
No.
Never been to Fell in Trier.
It's north, isn't it?
Trier is
Trier.
Trier.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not Trier? Or not Trier's
Trier.
Trier's the Italian one.
Trier is the oldest town in Germany, I think.
Yeah, it's on the Mosel, isn't it?
Mm.
On the Mosel? Is it on the Mosel?
Geography.
Marianne? Mike saying Spain speaks is a great blog. Thank you very much. BB says we tolerate your dodgy timekeeping, Tim. That got me told.
All right, you've been told.
Recently, his tolerance is waiting to go on holiday. Exactly. If you're
Do you know now in Ireland, speaking of tolerance, it's now, and I'm trying to work out what the legality is. They now have police checkpoints at the roads into the airports and the forts and the train stations.
Really?
Because the government have said a holiday is not an essential journey, and by law you have to stay within 5 kilometers of your own home. So Irish people at the moment are forbidden from traveling, and I don't know if it's the law or a very strong suggestion, and nor do I know how the government would tolerate somebody. Well, they're going to be fining them up to 500 euros, I think, if they're going to the airport without a valid reason. And the government says going to Tenerife for a 2-week holiday is not a valid reason.
All right.
So that's fairly tough, isn't it? It's fairly intolerant.
Tough. That's very intolerant.
Or is it actually not intolerant?
Well, it depends. If it's a law and you're breaking the law, then it's not intolerant. But if it's not a law and they're enforcing it as if it is a law, I don't know.
But if you decide that you think the law is an ass and you want to go on holidays, are you being intolerant?
No, because if you think the law's an ass, we have something in place called elections. And elections, you can.
So you're going to wait for the next general election before you go on holiday.
Unfortunately, that's the rules, Clio.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm just glad I'm here.
Yeah.
Except in America, and you have the First Amendment, which means you can take up arms against an oppressive government.
And go to the Capitol. Yeah. And wear horns and say things like.
No, it depends. If you that the First Amendment is the First Amendment. There you go.
Is it the First Amendment's the right to bear arms?
It's the right to bear arms? No, is it?
There you go.
Is it the Fourth Amendment?
What's the right to free speech?
What's the right to free speech?
Or the right to free arms, maybe.
Free speech.
Yeah, I did read once that it's the right to bear arms, not artillery.
Oh, okay.
That was quite good.
Yes, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're 29 minutes in. If you're watching this on catch up, at this moment in time, Google might decide to show you something that you might be interested in. It'll be in the form of an advert, and I have no control over it. So if you're getting dodgy adverts on my channel, it's because of your... we just went away and came back. You know what's happening, don't you? You know what's happening? I think that I'm on the wrong Wi-Fi. Because somebody said I went away. Tolerance is waiting on hold it. Let's go down here. Lol, Keith. Pauline, same here. Money for nothing for the big boys, lol. I'm missing a load of stuff. I'm with Virgin, and the internet reception has been dodgy for 3 days. I'm being very tolerant, says Pauline.
I think it's a cat.
And Pauline, same here. Money for nothing. There you go. Ali Bennett says, lol, Pauline. And Christina said she's a virgin and she hasn't got internet.
Yeah.
I don't believe a word of it.
She's only been a virgin for 3 days, apparently. So
she's gonna move town and start again as a virgin. There you go.
I'm not ready to quite poke you yet, but it does look a bit Kalima-ish if people know what our Kalima is.
Yeah, Kalima is when the dust from the Sahara comes over, is that right?
And kind of hangs around.
And what it does, it's also so hot today that my wine has evaporated without me drinking
That's
any.
what it is. Gas,
and if I put it in the middle of the table, I do a magic trick.
It magically refills.
Yeah.
Blink,
and it's full.
Pink Floyd money.
Don't forget your weight.
Don't forget my weight. No, it's Monday's the slimming one. This is Balcony Band.
Yeah, but we do talk about it, though.
You were 2 kilos heavier off the back of the band.
So he puts on weight
So
during
this
this
is
vlogcast.
something we can tolerate.
Your weight goes up during the vlog.
Yeah,
Tim.
and we also said that toleration is...
Toleration.
is
Oh,
a
we're
person.
becoming so American. Do you believe in toleration?
There's your toleration. First Amendment is freedom of speech in the USA. There
Thank
you
you.
go. Yeah, but freedom of speech is I want a gun.
Yeah, but it's but freedom, but the right to bear your gun is
The right
fourth.
to bear
isn't it?
arms. Yes, yes.
You can say whatever you want, but then you go to
I've got
prison.
bare arms. Does that
Yeah.
right? Does that make a difference? Huh? The right tolerance for really bad jokes is another thing.
Actually, I can do
with
this
here.
now. I can. Because I didn't turn it up. There you go. I'll turn the music back on now because we can. What else? What's else about this? If anybody wants to come in, by the way, I have actually put the link in timothydow.com/live. There's a button there that says join the live show, and it should work because I just used it and I got in all right. But then it said your device does not support this.
But here's a question then. Again, I'm thinking politically, Trump, COVID, politics in the UK. Has social media created more intolerance among people because they think that they are better informed?
I'm going to go with that one. I think social media has actually eradicated tolerance altogether. Everybody's an opinion.
Yeah,
It's like bums. Yeah, everybody's got one, and some of them stink.
an algorithm will lead you down certain paths, which the social media platforms are using. This is my very, very basic techno knowledge here because I'm not great at it. But I understand whatever I watch on Facebook, Facebook will then suggest other things for me to watch to reinforce the views that I already have.
In fact, Alexa will listen to you and use it to give you adverts on your phone.
There you go. So I do think intolerance
That's conspiracy theories here.
Yeah, but I think it has increased levels of intolerance because it has increased people's beliefs that the information they're getting is the right information and the only information.
So what does it tell us in the end that like if we are all having our own opinion and we can state it like on social media, where in the past this was not possible, there was maybe only one belief or a few, and that was the belief you had to accept, that now that we are sort of all publishers, what does that tell us? That we have to be more working on our in the first place, on our self-egoic behavior, because we are all sort of weapons, or we can potentially become a weapon, or even language can be really a weapon.
Important. And we're empowered by the views of people we've never met.
And we can
and
we can hide behind social media, because it's easy to sit behind my computer and just type something in.
Can you bang the table a bit more?
Be tolerant.
So tolerant, Tim.
This is interactive.
Did I say anything at the beginning and then my tolerance level was reached? and I asked her if she could bang it a little bit more. Okay, I was being sarcastic. I apologize for the sarcasm.
Keep going, please.
Well, I'm so tolerant.
So go on, you're banging the keyboard.
Yeah. So then it's like the intolerance we oftentimes are confronted with others, or we see and get really annoyed about. It's something that we have to acknowledge in ourselves in the first place. Because why in the first place do I get actually upset about it? If I'm such a tranquil person, or if I'm so balanced, why does it in the first place upset me?
I think that it's a generation thing, because I don't want to say the older generation, but the generation before mine learnt to turn things off.
Yeah.
The generation after mine learnt to filter out the chaff. And us in the middle, we don't know what to do.
We're overwhelmed by it.
We are overwhelmed by
Yeah.
it.
I think that's possibly true.
So I think it's a generational thing, and it'll work itself out. You know, people, I think keyboard warriors sort of stop around about, I don't know. I really don't know, because I don't have these groups where they're younger than me. I do go in circles that are older than me, and they're usually wiser, and they just say, "I just turn it off," just turn it off. Although I do know some in the generation above me that are upset as well about things. But your tolerance is your own well-being. You have to have a tolerance for something, otherwise you'd be upset about everything.
That's true.
So therefore, your tolerance level has to be set at a rate to keep you happy.
Yeah.
And you have to have a relevancy filter.
But that's why I'm saying, like, when you tolerate your own self, which means ultimately that you are loving yourself, and that you are tolerant of being around your own self.
Yeah.
Then you are much more likely to tolerate others as well, aren't you? Because I mean, if I cannot even be with my own self, like for a day without any other people around, or other distractions around, if that is already a challenge, I think then it's getting challenging with others, and with difficult situations as well.
Yeah.
Richard Huntington saying we need to use our own ability to think for ourselves and to do proper research instead of just accepting what social media and newspapers tell us.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
The only thing is I have to add to that, Richard, is that the research isn't looking at another Facebook group.
I mean, when I started in radio, I worked in Ireland in RTE, which is very Irish RTE. It's the Irish national station, and I started as a researcher there in the 80s. There was no internet, and we had Reuters and
They take 12-year-olds on.
Ha, isn't he sweet? But I mean, and my first job was a researcher, so I would go and prepare briefs for current affairs presenters, and I would spend hours in the library, going through newspaper cuttings and listening back to other programs. If there was a government minister coming on the next day, it would take me hours to look back over things they had said about the topic.
So you weren't looking at the social media of the day.
Well, there wasn't any social media.
Well, there was newspapers and TV programs.
But they're not social media. They were accurate. They were reporting. And in those days, I think reporting was less influenced by what people thought outside the newspapers. Okay. I mean, my degree was in history anyway. So I'd done history. So
the social media of history was books.
But I also did a documents course in history, which was fascinating, because what it was you were using original documents to look at a certain period in history. And in fact, mine was how women, the evolution of feminism during Hitler's Germany.
Wow.
So that was really interesting.
So now we know where Clio's coming from.
So researching then was a fascinating job of work. I love that sort of thing. So luckily it was right up my street. And I loved nothing better than when the next day on the radio program, the government minister would say to the presenter, "Really, you're asking me what I said 4 years ago?" And she would say, "Yeah, you said X," because I had found a quote that made what she or he was saying now either a lie or the truth or irrelevant. And it was a job well done. And that's a skill that people have lost. So what Richard's research is just so true.
and making up your, like you said, your own mind, and really using your mind for thinking. You know, I mean, it's always legitimate to have different opinions,
of course,
and maybe totally contrary ones. But then not accepting one just because maybe it's displayed in social media over and over. Like you said, Clio, do your research and look into both sides.
And always keep a difference between facts and opinions.
Yes.
And I think that line has been blurred as well. That sometimes opinions become fact because people just keep repeating them.
Because
actually,
we
it's
are
not
all
true.
like fact. We have become fact presenters, but in the end, it's all opinions.
Not all of it. No, and sometimes I think that's maybe I'm very empiricist in this. That I mean, sometimes I'll hear debates on radio or television about anything from government laws on drink driving or on seatbelts or on COVID or something, and there are certain facts. There will be facts about deaths. There will be facts about the amount people have had to drink before they've got into a car, and it's not opinion as to whether they were right or wrong to get into the car. So there's a difference between the facts that contribute to somebody's opinion and the opinion itself.
Yes.
And I think it's really important that you continue to acknowledge that there's a difference.
Yeah. And ask better questions.
Ask better questions.
Elaine Brown's asking, Christina should get a medal for her tolerance and for her ears bleeding with you three.
True, absolutely. Because we love to chat.
She's got her sunglasses on because she's actually sleeping.
I'm not.
She closes her eyes.
But now I understand why I thought we need the light. I'm gonna turn it on.
Okay, we've actually got okay, I'll do it. So we've got Rick online, who's a new vlogger.
Hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
He's from that Tenerife vlogcast.
Okay.
And he's got about 6 or 7, I think, up, or maybe a few more. And let me just touch him there. That Tenerife vlogcast, and he said he was going to pop in. No need to apologize for being late. In fact, some of the best people are late.
Ta-da! I'm sure that means something.
That means me.
Save the best for last.
Because I was late. I was late coming on today. I'm a late every balcony banter because I'm the one running around like a fly, right? And these three are chatting in the living room, and I'm saying, "We're going live in 5 minutes. We're going live in 5 minutes." They say, "Mañana." Cálmate, Tim. Cálmate, Tim.
No pasa nada.
No pasa nada. What's little Tim in Spanish?
Timito.
Timito. Cálmate, Timito. Cálmate, Timito.
Timmykins.
I'd like to thank all the balconistas, which are you guys, for joining us today. In fact, we got 164 people watching.
Wow.
We've had 15 people giving thumbs up on. We're actually on Facebook today as well.
Oh, is that because of Meryl Q?
No, I just decided to do Facebook again.
Oh, okay. Today. No, I did get a query about the link for our balcony banter cast.
Ah, good. So anybody joining us that has got our link from Meryl Q, thank you, Meryl, by the way. And she does a great blog.
She does.
And I think it's Queenie's Daily Snippets, all right?
Oh, that's her Queenie's informative blog, yeah.
Informative blog. And you can get that at queeniesdailysnippets.com.
I'll look it up. And she also
I will put a
Tenerife for All Facebook page as well.
Tenerife for All Facebook page.
I'm going to check the name now because she'll murder me if I've got it wrong.
Okay.
I don't think I think she's tolerant of me. I hope she won't murder me.
Get the facts, not the opinion.
Right, I know. It'd be a good strapline for a new newspaper.
Show us your Ferrari
Opinions.com.
I hope you don't mind me calling you Rick Tenerife Vlogcast. Have I outed you now for who you are? The Drones Prone is a real dream machine. Hi, Peter Blake. Okay, everybody's there saying hi to Rick over there. Now, I really appreciated Rick because he did a vlog going from Golf del Sur to Los Abrigos, and we don't go to Los Abrigos because it's not really wheelchair friendly last time we were there. But now there's a great maritime walkway, wooden balustrade, everything.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah.
So we go and park there and walk out as far as we can towards Golf del Sur. When we get fed up, we turn around, come back, and then we'll have something in a fish restaurant.
It's beautiful.
The only thing is the best fish restaurants are all upstairs. So what I'll do, you stay down the bottom, okay? I'll eat my fish and I'll chuck your stuff over the balcony.
You just have to tolerate.
Thank you.
Do that again. Do that again. Do that again.
Thank you.
She's good. She's good.
We have a lot to put up with, Christine.
I'm pressing random comments here because I can't see him. Anyway, a long one here is a long one. Is coming up. Mark. Meryl is also the admin of Los Cristianos restaurant and bar recommendation.
There you go. The woman has many pies and many fingers. Her fingers and many pies. No, she's great. She's great.
Okay.
Well done, Meryl.
Pauline says, has all that poor weather passed over now and all back to normal? Yes, it is. If
you mean the rain? Unfortunately, it has. Yeah, we loved it.
We did love the rain, actually. And Richard Baker says, time flies when you're having fun.
Yep.
And Gordon Squire says, I remember listening to the TTVC Mac and Andrew interview a while ago.
Okay.
No.
Gone. Slimmer Life weight loss experts. There are so many vloggers in Tenerife now. Should call it vlogger life. Yeah, basically, if I just chucked something over the balcony, I'll hit a vlogger. But we all bring something different, don't we? We all bring something different.
And this is the best one, obviously.
Diversity.
I'm going to tolerate something now. Last week, or on Monday actually, our friend was spamming the comments with "Give me a shout out! Give me a shout out! Give me a shout out!" Tom Herdman, yeah. And so I'm giving a shout out to Tom Herdman today, for the simple reason is he's at 270 people and he wants to get to 300. So if 30 of you can go to Tom Herdman and press subscribe, you leave me alone. Okay.
That's the deal.
And funny enough, I watched a couple of his videos and they're getting better. So they are getting better.
They're worth a thumbs up, are they?
They are worth a thumbs up, yeah. So I'll go over to Tom's place and give him some love and subscribe to his channel. And also give him a thumbs up on one of his, especially the one where he said all the people that I watch on, he did a thing called all the people that I watch on YouTube, and I wasn't on it.
It's a bit intolerant.
But I understand why. Because I blocked him on Monday. I didn't block him, I just blocked because I just blocked people repeating.
All these personal intolerancy stories.
No, it's a nice
solvency,
nice
intolerance.
I'll give him
So
some
many
love.
words we could create here.
And where we go?
Right.
That walkway is much better than it was. I remember being a stony path years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Rick says, thanks, Tree. Rick says, yeah, that's my bad, Tim. Apologise. What did I say?
You outed his name.
I outed his name. Okay. Sorry about that.
Didn't you?
I don't know. I just subscribed to Rick's channel. Good. TTVC, that's Tenerife Vlogcast.
Oh, thank you, Gordon.
Thank you, Gordon. Interview blog with Lee and Andrew. I didn't see that one. So did I, Wendy. Thanks, Wendy. Okay. Okay, here we go. Thanks all. I'm here to listen to Tim as he had an important vlog with regards to tolerance. It's like devolved into a lot of chit chat now. But you're right. I mean, tolerance. I'd like to just round this off a little bit because we're coming up to 49 minutes now. I'm getting hungry. I'd like to round this off now. Is that when Christina's mentioned tolerance, I thought it was going to be being tolerant of other cultures, other people, and things that are going on now, like people denying the COVID disaster, or people again, migrants coming over on the canoes.
Yeah, we have.
And we, but that's what I thought. But I've learned a lot, really. I've learned a lot about what I thought was a simple subject, and to tolerate somebody isn't. I mean, Juliane was saying there's also a negative connotation. I tolerate you, which means
she's absolutely right. She's right.
That's a really negative connotation of it. And the thing is, it's if I do tolerate you, then I have to let you know what the levels are, and then you can decide if you change the way you act. And you don't have to. That's the whole that's the whole point, because you're creating your world through your senses. Because obviously we don't see the world, all we get is sensory input through electrical signals, and our brains make it up. So actually, I don't know whether this is the same color you're seeing.
Yeah.
So this pink shirt could be blue to you guys.
Yeah.
We're or red.
If you're colorblind.
Yeah.
You can't
It's
be colorblind.
true. I mean,
you're female.
like I'm sitting here thinking of all sorts of things like relationships and tolerance and parenting and tolerance and friendships and tolerance. And then you're kind of going, hang on a minute. That's why.
Yeah.
Because it all plays such a big part in it.
And it all, it starts, the origin is, you can only start with your own self.
Yeah. What you said, if you don't like yourself, if you don't tolerate yourself.
And then it ripples out again. And it, and like one of the comments was saying it is really taking care of your own mind and working from the inside out, and not letting all the outside come in and control your mind. We need to stay in control of our own head, and don't get like really sucked too much in by the noise going on around us.
Yeah. We talked about this a few weeks ago, the need to just step back and take a deep breath sometimes.
And it is really essential and very important to remain tolerant. And that's also part of self-tolerance.
Yeah.
And say, okay, well, this is getting too noisy right now.
What, you're banging the table, you mean?
Again.
I
stop with the table already.
I talk too much with my hands.
No, but you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So then
turn off the noise.
You got all right to say, well, I need to build up my tolerance.
To Tim. To Tim's sarcasm.
To the table.
We have a question here. Tim, can you do a balcony banter on acceptance 1 week? Accepting yourself as others, etc., who they are for what we thought. We did one similar, I think. But we will pick that up, because it doesn't matter what topics we do on balcony banter, they all come around again and again and again, because I think they're
change.
all what we like to say is on balcony banter, we are privileged to live in a wonderful country with a wonderful climate all year round. We have the ability to reach a lot of people, 146 people now. We have the ability to reach a lot of people. And I think that having these discussions helps us all to sort of deal with the daily things in life.
Yep.
And it's not the topic, it's the discussion, I think.
Yeah.
And I really hope that you don't mind just being a fly on the wall sometimes. I don't go to all the comments, and sometimes I will. Comments, if you want to comment and talk to me one-on-one, that's Freaky Friday. I'll be in a bar or here, depending on whether Christine lets me out or not.
Tolerance.
Hey, I always let you.
She always lets me out, yeah.
Whether you let him back in again.
No, don't So on Friday, 5:55, I'm there for you. And also, don't forget to come and join us, to join in, because I really want you guys to join in. Monday, as you saw, was my slimming thing. And I'd like to thank Slimming Life for sending me his ebook for free. And I'm halfway through it now. And it's really, it's
really tasty.
There are. I wrap my chips in it. I'm halfway through, and there are nuggets there that are going to help me. I'm going to ask Daniel to help me as well to do this, because I'm really committed to get into my leather pants on by Christmas, and so is Christina.
Both of you in the same leather pants.
She's committed to try and get into my leather pants, Becky.
But with you still in them or not?
Oh yeah.
See, and this is what myself and Juliane have to tolerate around this balcony banter table. The sexual innuendo is rife.
Oh, we cannot allowed to say that word.
We're not allowed to say innuendo.
Yeah.
Hey Tim, have you been to Cozy Cafe? I have been to Cozy Cafe actually. There was a meeting of a cancer charity that I was going to do a magic show for, and we sat down and they all lit up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, all of them.
Oh God.
So I walked off.
Sounds kind of awful.
It was terrible.
Yeah, but there's an intolerance I have now as an ex-smoker. Cigarette, very difficult to tolerate.
Can I have a drink? I can think of. Can I have a drink? See, my mind is reading I can think, and it's saying, can I have a drink? That's amazing.
You need some magic again.
In fact, this is alcohol-free wine.
Snort, giggle.
I can think of worse places to be a fly on the wall. Exactly. I'm going to show you very quickly the remains of the sunset. None of these women help me or anything at all, apart from Juliane, who's my favourite, because she's pouring wine.
Okay, I was going to say, I could pour you some water, but it really doesn't match up, does it?
Cleo's my favourite as well, because she's a great journalist.
There you go. Who used to do history.
I'm your favorite because I tolerate.
Exactly, Chris.
You are my favourite because you tolerate me. That always happens. There you go. Let me get it here now. There we go. We're back in the room. So Gordon is saying, Gordon's talking again. Roger Channing. Hey, Roger, you were the first in tonight. What's for dinner tonight? Something slimming, I hope. Actually, it is. It's very slimming. It's vegetables.
No, they're always sleeping.
I'd sort of start Monday.
Okay, what Monday? Which particular Monday?
What we're having for dinner tonight is a mushroom, onion, and celery broth with a semmelknödel, which a semmel is a bread bun, and a knödel is a dumpling. So it's a dumpling made out of bread buns, and it's the dark bread with Speckstück, which is little squares of pig.
Schmorheim.
And that's that. And then I've got 2 pretzels and 3 slices of leberkäse with sweet mustard. Leberkäse, I've seen it before, but the leberkäse is like, if you can imagine a meatloaf that's made out of the same meat as a Frankfurter. And that's
so basically, not slimming is the final bit of that conversation.
No. I'm only going to chew it. I'm not going to swallow.
Okay. That's the celery you're talking about, correct?
The owner of the Cozy Cafe is my stepdad. Wow. Thomas, what I'll do is I'll nip in there because he can't smoke there anymore anyway, so that's good. Definitely do a recovery one. A recovery one?
Recovery. Oh.
Recovery. Are we allowed to have more than 4 people on the balcony? Now?
We have 6.
We can have 6 now. So maybe we could invite Daniel next Wednesday.
Irish Daniel.
Irish Daniel. Is that okay, girls?
Yeah.
My money, yeah.
So is it okay for me to invite a really dashing, good-looking, muscly Irish guy?
As well as Daniel.
I'll see if I can get Daniel to come over and join us, and maybe he can he can help us get through this because as you know, he's I don't know what to say now. But anyway, we'll call Daniel. If you're watching, Daniel, open invitation. Bob's saying, wasn't me who said it, lol. Love the drive arounds, Tim. Didn't realize there was so many dead ends. There's tolerance. I did a drive around in Costa Adeje, and I went into Mariben, and then I turned right to the villas, or the villas, and then I turned right to Johnny Gold's villa as well, and they're all dead ends. So
they are indeed.
Apropos drive around, I got a message from somebody asking for one, so I did say leave me a message or call me or send me an email, and I have got I've got to do one. Actually, I've done it. I've got to publish it now, which takes us from La Arena up through towards Los Gigantes, and there's a cafe that's got great views, and it's called.
I don't know. I'm not good at Los Gigantes.
Los Gigantes.
I don't think it's in Los Gigantes. I think it's in Puerto de Santiago.
Puerto Santiago. Still.
I'll get it. I'll get it. But anyway, when I do it, I'll show it anyway. So that has been asked for, and I also got a wonderful donation for that. So thank you very, very much. And it will be ready by the weekend, because I'm going to do the one with the maps again. People complained that I didn't really complain, but they said, "Hey, where's the maps?" And that's a lot of work. But I think I'll put the work in this time just to show you where we are, and as we go around the corner of where it is, and maybe a bit of Google and stuff like that. So yeah. If anybody wants to order a drive around, just go to timothydow.com, send me a message. And if you're technically savvy, you can actually go onto Google Maps and do a route and send me the link to the route, and I'll do that route for you. And then I'll do the route and film it. Then I'll come back. I'll do a commentary here with this microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going left now. Now we're going right.
Through the round window.
Through the round window.
So you do the drives and I do the hikes.
Well, it's amazing what you see when you don't have a gun, isn't it? Am I boring you, darling?
Yeah.
Oh.
But she's very tolerant.
Well, she's.
It's my channel. I can do what I like. Oh, we got somebody on Facebook as well. Channel. What alcohol-free wine do you recommend?
This one is bubbles, and it comes from Aguaterron.
Actually, alcohol-free wine doesn't exist. It's called grape juice.
Yeah.
There was for a while. I remember there was one knocking around in Ireland. I think it was for people to bring to dinner parties because they actually hadn't got the cojones to say, I'm not drinking. So they poured some disgusting concoction that says alcohol-free wine.
Yeah, but the thing is, wine has got certain tannins and certain chemicals in it.
It's good
with the
for
alcohol. And it is good for you in moderation, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But an alcohol-free wine, alcohol-free wine at the moment is probably like alcohol-free beer was 100 years ago. Breaking news, we must lead. Oh, BBC breaking news. Shall I read it?
Go on, then. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
We must lead the global response, says President Biden, as he signs executive orders on climate change, halting some U.S. gas and oil drilling. Good. So he's going to halt the U.S. gas and drilling, and he's going to invade Afghanistan. Swings and roundabouts. Swings and roundabouts. Okay. Thank you very much, Gordon. Good idea, Tim. Might do a bit of rerouting. There you go. Mark saying Andrew was in the cafe last week in a vlog, and he beat you to it.
Which cafe? The Cozy Cafe, maybe. Which was the only cafe mentioned before, wasn't it?
Okay.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Oh no, the one that in Santiago. No?
Oh, okay, the lovely one in Santiago del Teide.
The one you were looking for the name.
No, he didn't beat me to it because that's not the one I'm talking about. The one that was asked for is not in Los Gigantes. It's in Puerto de Santiago, and it is Oro Las Rosas, I think it's called. Okay. I think it's Oro Las Rosas, the gold rose or the rose gold, and it's a nice little cafe. So it's out of the way, so you probably wouldn't know it. And If you come up from Puerto de Santiago from the port up that road with on stilts, you get to a roundabout, and ahead of you is Lidl.
Yeah.
And if you turn left and then immediately right round the back of the hotel, it's right at the end. It's a cul-de-sac, and there's a cafe right there, and they got great views of Los Gigantes. It's not the tourist one at the top with the boat. It's the one round the back. So we'll have a look anyway.
All right.
Okay. And shame that Andrew didn't do that, because then I wouldn't have to. I just send him a link to Andrew. Not that I don't have to. I don't have to. Scotsman in Tenerife, alcohol-free wine is not a big seller in Scotland. the new. Keith James, Craig is the stepdad of Thomas.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, that's Craig in Cozy Cafe.
I presume that's.
I wasn't casting aspersions on the owners of Cozy Cafe. I was casting aspersions on this cancer group that all smoked.
The minute you opened your mouth, maybe they were trying to tell you something.
Yes, and in fact, that was my drive around from Los Gigantes 6 months ago. So if you want to go back and have a look at that, that's where I started the drive around from 6 months ago. So actually, I was there first, but there you go.
Look at it, Scott.
Oh, my mistake, lol, says Mark.
Okay, I gotta go.
You gotta go.
I think I have to go and find my daughter.
Oh, Craig is okay. We're at 1 hour now, and Cleo's got to go. So before you go, Cleo.
Yes.
You're going to go and find your daughter.
Yeah.
Where did you lose her?
I have no idea, which is why I have to find her. If I knew where I'd left her, then I wouldn't have to go and look for her, would I?
That's true. That's true. And when you have young daughters here on the island, you got to keep a good eye on them. You know what I mean?
Do you know, it's funny because we all came over here as tourists because none of us were born here. Right. And if we possibly were dined and wined by Lotharios from the island who prey on young female tourists and have their wicked way with them. But if you're growing up here, you're now the one who lives here in this holiday island. And if you're a gorgeous looking 15-year-old, you have lots of guys who are coming over from lots of different countries. And you can sit back and take your pick. And it's quite fun to watch the next generation deal with being the residents of a holiday island rather than the visitors.
Well, I don't want to out, but the first time I came in on holiday, Fernando was...
Could you feel the drums?
Can you feel the drums, Fernando? Hang on, we got to do this. Is it me, Fernando? Okay.
I hope he knows the words. In the night, the stars were bright. Timando,
Timito, as it was for you and me, for misery. Timito.
And the tolerance would never win.
I have no regrets.
If you had to do
the
it
same
all again,
I would, my friend Timito.
Oh, there's a first.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you too can have an accent like mine for only $39.95 down and 3 easy payments of $9.95. Ring 1-800-NO-BRITS. Oh, I got to turn this echo off. They can't hear it because they don't have their earphones on. Well, there you
Deliberately.
Go. Deliberately don't have their earphones. Yeah, because, if you listen to Clio all night. Okay, so thank you, everybody, for being nice in the chat today. Thank you for everybody joining in. I do apologize. I don't apologize, really. But we decided to do a little bit different today where we're not doing every comment. But we do go back, or at least I do, and I think Juliane also does, goes back and watches it again. And Clio doesn't have time. But if she does, she'll go back and look at it. If there's anything that we've missed, I'm going to take a screenshot of it and I will address it in a future vlog.
And forward it on.
So don't forget, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. At least then you get a little bit of notification if you ring the little bell of when we go live. If you're not subscribed but you still want to look, we go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5:55. Very easy to remember. And I do drive arounds and other ones in between. And if you want to go back and have a look at the one where I was 3 people, that was quite funny. and we'll see you on the next one. So I'm just going to cue up the music here, and we can all start singing. But what I'm going to have to do is to turn it up quite loud so that they can hear it through the earphones. Are you ready, girls?
We're ready.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you on Friday, Freaky Friday. Monday for the update to see whether I can get into my leather pants. And if anybody else wants to get into my leather pants, then just let me know. Well, you know what I mean.
Apart from Chris.
And next Wednesday, we'll see if we can get Daniel over and do the recovery one. And if not, we'll do the acceptance one. Okay.
Yep.
So here we go. That wasn't out at all.
Huh?
No. But anyway, we can pretend it's running.
Out of time.
Bye all.
We're not in sync.
Ali Benny, bye all. Frankie, thanks guys. See ya. Gordon Squire, watching box. Roger Channing, thanks for the live discussion. Angela, I can't touch everybody.
Beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
And I've got to do this now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that little bell for notifications run out. I'll do videos. We go live on Facebook. We go live on YouTube. We go live on... Well, that's it, really. But anyway, we'll see you in the next one out and play my favourite 60s outro. And then I'm going to press the button. Bye.